The famous
Aubrey Drake Graham was born on October 24, 1986. He is a Canadian rapper, singer, songwriter, actor, and entrepreneur. A prominent figure in popular music, Drake is credited for popularizing the Toronto sound. He first gained recognition as an actor on the teen drama television series Degrassi: The Next Generation. Intent on pursuing a career in music, he left the series after releasing his debut mixtape, Room for Improvement. He released 2 more independent projects, Comeback Season and So Far Gone, before signing to Young Money Entertainment. Drake released his debut studio album Thank Me Later in 2010, which debuted at number 1 on the US Billboard 200. He achieved major critical success with Take Care, and commercial success with Nothing Was the Same and his first commercial mixtape, If You're Reading This, It's Too Late. The later 2 were certified multi-platinum in the US. Drake's 4th album Views sat atop the Billboard 200 for 13 non-consecutive weeks, becoming the first album by a male solo artist to do so in over a decade. Marketed as a playlist, Drake's second solo commercial mixtape More Life set multiple streaming records. In 2018, he released the double album Scorpion, which produced 3 #1 singles on the Billboard Hot 100. Drake's third commercial mixtape Dark Lane demo tapes featured the Hot 100 #1 lead single, 2C Slide. As an entrepreneur, Drake founded the OVO Sound record label with longtime collaborator 40 in 2012. In 2013, Drake was announced as the new global ambassador of the Toronto Raptors, thereby joining the executive committee of the NBA franchise. In 2016, Drake announced his development with American entrepreneur Brent Hawking of the bourbon whiskey Virginia Black. It eventually broke sale records in Canada. In 2018, Drake was reportedly responsible for 5% of Toronto's Canadian $8.8 billion total annual tourism income. Among the world's best-selling music artists, with over 170 million records sold, Drake is ranked as the world's highest certified digital singles artist by the RIAA. He has won 4 Grammy Awards, 6 American Music Awards, a record 27 Billboard Music Awards, 2 Brit Awards and 3 Juno Awards. Drake also holds several Billboard chart records. He has the most top 10 hits on the Billboard Hot 100, the most charted songs of any artists ever on the Billboard Hot 100, the most simultaneously charted Hot 100 songs in a single week, the most continuous time on the Hot 100, and the most Hot 100 debuts in a week. He also has the most #1 singles on the Hot R&B, hip-hop songs, Hot Rap songs, R&B, hip-hop airplay and rhythmic airplay. Drake's early life. Aubrey Drake Graham was born on October 24, 1986 in Toronto, Ontario. His father, Dennis Graham, is African American and a practicing Catholic from Memphis, Tennessee, who worked as a drummer, performing alongside country musician Jerry Lee Lewis. Drake's mother, Sandra Graham, is an Ashkenazi Jewish Canadian who worked as an English teacher and florist. His parents met after Dennis performed at Club Blue Note in Toronto, where he first interacted with Sandra, who was in attendance. He is a dual citizen of the United States and Canada. In his youth, Drake attended a Jewish day school, and formally became a bar mitzvah. Drake's parents divorced when he was 5 years old. After the divorce, he and his mother remained in Toronto, while his father returned to Memphis, where he was incarcerated for a number of years on drug-related charges. Prior to his arrest, however, Dennis would travel to Toronto and bring Drake to Memphis every summer. His father later collaborated with Canadian music group Arkells on the music video for a song titled, Drake's Dad. Graham claimed in an interview that Drake's assertions of him being an absent father were embellishments used to sell records, which Drake vehemently denies. Drake was raised in 2 Toronto neighborhoods. He lived on Weston Road in the city's working-class West End until grade 6, playing minor hockey with the Weston Red Wings. He then moved to one of the city's affluent neighborhoods, Forest Hill, in 2000. When asked about the move, Drake replied, "We had a half of a house we could live in. The other people had the top half, we had the bottom half." I lived in the basement, my mom lived on the first floor. It was not big, it was not luxurious. It was what we could afford. He attended Forest Hill Collegiate Institute, where he demonstrated an affinity for the arts, first acting while an active student at the school. He later attended Vaughan Road Academy in the city's multicultural Oakwood Vaughan neighborhood. Due to the economic status associated with the neighborhood, Drake described the school as, not by any means the easiest school to go to. Drake was often bullied at school for his racial and religious background, and upon realizing that his busy class schedule was detrimental to his burgeoning acting career, Drake dropped out of school. He later graduated in October 2012. Drake's career. At age 15, eager to begin as an actor, a high school friend introduced Drake to his father, an acting agent. The agent found Drake a role on the Canadian teen drama series Degrassi: The Next Generation. Drake portrayed Jimmy Brooks, a basketball star who became physically disabled after he was shot by a classmate. When asked about his early acting career, Drake replied, "My mother was very sick. We were very poor, like broke. The only money I had coming in was off of Canadian TV." He appeared in a total of 100 episodes between 2001 and 2008. After becoming musically inspired by Jay-Z and Clips, Drake self-released his debut mixtape, Room for Improvement, in 2006. The mixtape featured Trey Songz and Lupe Fiasco, and included vast production from Canadian producers Boy One Da and Frank Dukes. The mixtape was released for sale only and sold over 6,000 copies. In 2007, he released his second mixtape Comeback Season. Released from his recently founded October's very own label, it spawned the single, Replacement Girl, featuring Trey Songz. The song made Drake become the first ever unsigned Canadian rapper to have his music video featured on BET, with Replacement Girl being featured on the channel's New Joint of the Day segment on April 30, 2007. The song also saw Drake sample Man of the Year by Briscoe, Flo Rida and Lil Wayne, retaining Lil Wayne's verse, and adjoined his own to the song's earlier half. This caused Jas Prince to gift Lil Wayne the song, which prompted the rapper to invite Drake to Houston to join his Decarter 3 tour. Throughout the duration of the tour, Drake and Lil Wayne recorded multiple songs together, including Ransom, Forever, and a remix to Brand New. Despite the collaborations between the duo, Drake was yet to be signed by Young Money Entertainment. In 2009, Drake released his third mixtape So Far Gone. It was made available for free download through his OVO blog website, and featured Lil Wayne, Trey Songz, Omarion, Lloyd, and Bun B. It received over 2,000 downloads in the first 2 hours of release, finding mainstream commercial success from the singles, Best I Ever Had, and Successful, both gaining gold certification by the Recording Industry Association of America (RIAA), with the former also peaking at number 2 on the Billboard Hot 100. This prompted the mixtape's re-release as an EP, featuring only 4 songs from the original, as well as the additions of the songs, I'm Goin' In, and Fear. It debuted at number 6 on the Billboard 200, and won the Rap Recording of the Year at the 2010 Juno Awards. Due to the success of the mixtape, Drake was the subject of a bidding war from various labels, often reported as one of the biggest bidding wars ever. Despite this, Drake was rumored to have secured a recording contract with Young Money Entertainment on June 29, 2009. This was later confirmed following a planned lawsuit from Young Money, in conjunction with Drake, against an unauthorized album titled The Girls Love Drake, which was released on iTunes under dubious means. Drake then joined the rest of the label's roster on the America's Most Wanted tour in July 2009. However, during a performance of Best I Ever Had in Camden, New Jersey, Drake fell on stage and tore the anterior cruciate ligament in his right knee. He underwent surgery later that year. Drake planned to release his debut album, Thank Me Later, in late 2008, but the album's release date was postponed, first to March 2010, and then to May 25, 2010. Young Money and Universal Motown had then released a statement that the album had again been pushed back 3 weeks for a June 15, 2010 release. On March 9, 2010, Drake released the debut single, Over, which peaked at number 14 on the Billboard Hot 100, as well as topping the rap songs chart. It also received a nomination for Best Rap Solo Performance at the 53rd Grammy Awards. His second single, Find Your Love, became an even bigger success. It peaked at number 5 on the Hot 100, and was certified platinum by the Recording Industry Association of America (RIAA). The music video for the single was shot in Kingston, Jamaica, and was criticized by Jamaica's Minister of Tourism Edmund Bartlett. Bartlett condemned the portrayal of the island in the video, saying, "Care has to be taken by all, including our creative artists, in showcasing images of our destination and people. Gun culture, while not unique to Jamaica, is not enhancing the island's image." The third single and fourth singles, "Miss Me" and "Fancy," respectively, attained moderate commercial success. However, the latter garnered Drake his second nomination at the 53rd Grammy Awards for Best Rap Performance by a Duo or Group. On April 29, it was reportedly announced that Drake had finished Thank Me Later during a show in Kansas City, Missouri. Thank Me Later was released on June 15, 2010, debuting at number 1 on the Billboard 200 with sales of over 447,000 copies in its first week. Upon the album's release, 25,000 fans gathered at New York City's South Street Seaport for a free concert hosted by Drake and Hanson, which was later cancelled by the police after a near riot ensued due to overflowing crowds. The album became the top-selling debut album for any artist in 2010, and featured Lil Wayne, Kanye West, and Jay-Z. It was soon announced that Drake would have a prominent role in the military science fiction video game Gears of War 3. He was scheduled to play the role of Jace Stratton, but scheduling conflicts with his upcoming Away From Home tour prevented him from accepting the role. He began the tour on September 20, 2010 in Miami, Florida, performing at 78 shows over 4 different legs. It concluded in Las Vegas in November 2010. Due to the success of the Away From Home tour, Drake hosted the first OVO festival in 2010. It would soon become a regular event during the summer, with the Molson Amphitheatre in Toronto playing host to the festival on its annual cycle. Drake also had an eco-friendly college tour to support the album, beginning with Eastern Illinois University in Charleston, Illinois. It concluded in Plymouth, New Hampshire on May 8, and he also performed at the Bamboozle on May 1. Beginning his second effort in fall 2010, Drake announced his intentions to allow Noah, 40, Shabib to handle most of the production and record a more cohesive sound than on Thank Me Later, which featured disparate production duties by Shabib and others. In November 2010, Drake revealed the title of his next studio album will be Take Care. In comparison to his debut album, Drake revealed to YC Radio 1 that Thank Me Later was a rushed album, stating, "I didn't get to take the time that I wanted to on that record. I rushed a lot of the songs and sonically I didn't get to sit with the record and say, I should change this verse. Once it was done, it was done. That's why my new album is called Take Care, because I get to take my time this go-round." Drake sought to expand on the low-tempo, sensuous, and dark sonic aesthetic of Thank Me Later. Primarily a hip-hop album, Drake also attempted to incorporate R&B and pop to create a languid, grandiose sound. In January 2011, Drake was in negotiations to join Ava Green and Susan Sarandon as a member of the cast in Nicholas Jarecki's Arbitrage, before ultimately deciding against starring in the movie to focus on the album. Dreams Money Can Buy, and Marvin's Room, were released on Drake's October's Very Own blog, on May 20 and June 9, respectively. Acting as promotional singles for Take Care, the former was eventually unincluded on the album's final track listing, while Marvin's Room gained gold certification by the RIAA, as well as peaking at number 21 on the Billboard Hot 100, and reaching the top 10 of the Hot R&B hip-hop songs chart, coupled with extensive play on contemporary urban radio. Drake would soon release the song's music video on June 28. Headlines was released on August 9 as the lead single for Take Care. It was met with positive critical and commercial response, reaching number 13 on the Hot 100, as well as becoming his 10th single to reach the summit of the Billboard Hot Rap Songs, making Drake the artist with the most number 1 singles on the chart, with 12. It was eventually certified platinum in both the United States and Canada. The music video for the single was released on October 2, and foresaw Drake performing the song during the second intermission of the 59th National Hockey League All-Star Game in January 2012. Make Me Proud was released as the album's second single on October 16. It was the final single to be released prior to the launch of the album, and debuted at number 97 on the Billboard Hot 100. The song reached number 9 the following week, tying the record for the largest jump on the Billboard Hot 100 for a male artist, with 88. Make Me Proud soon became Drake's fourth consecutive single to receive platinum certification by the RIAA. Prior to the album's release, Drake planned to record a collaborative album with Lil Wayne. However, it was ultimately scrapped due to the success of Watch the Throne. He also began collaborations with Rick Ross for a mixtape titled YOLO, but the duo decided against the project in favor of increased concern for their respective studio albums. Take Care was released on November 15, 2011, and received generally positive reviews from music critics. John McDonnell of NME dubbed it an affecting masterpiece, and commended its delicate, mellifluous sound and unashamedly candid, emotive lyrics. Pitchfork's Ryan Domble found Drake's technical abilities to be improved and stated, just as his thematic concerns have become richer, so has the music backing them up. Andy Hutchins of The Village Voice called it a carefully crafted bundle of contradictory sentiments from a conflicted rapper who explores his own neuroses in as compelling a manner as anyone not named Kanye West. Chicago Tribune writer Greg Kot complimented the depth of Drake's moral psychodramas, and stated, "The best of it affirms that Drake is shaping a pop persona with staying power." It also won the Grammy Award for Best Rap Album at the 55th Annual Grammy Awards, and achieved great commercial success, eventually being certified quadruple platinum by the RIAA in 2016, with sales for the album marking 2.6 million in the US. The album's third and fourth singles, The Motto and Take Care, were released on November 29, 2011 and February 21, 2012, respectively. Each song was subject to commercial success, while also having large societal impacts, with The Motto credited for popularizing the phrase YOLO in the United States. The music video for Take Care saw widespread acclaim, with MTV stating, "None of his contemporaries, not even the ever-obtuse Kanye West, make videos like this, mostly because no one else can get away with it." The video received 4 nominations at the 2012 MTV Video Music Awards for Best Male Video, Best Art Direction, Best Cinematography, and Video of the Year. The song was also featured on the channel's Pop Songs You Must Hear list of 2011. HYFR was the final single to be released from the album, and became certified gold. It also won the MTV Video Music Award for Best Hip-Hop Video in 2012, and the channel ranked him number 2 on their Hottest MCs in the Game list. In promotion of his second album, Drake embarked on the worldwide Club Paradise Tour. It became the most successful hip-hop tour of 2012, grossing over $42 million. He then returned to acting, starring in Ice Age, Continental Drift as Ethan. During the European leg of the Club Paradise Tour, Drake spoke in an interview stating that he had begun working on his third studio album. Revealing his intentions to remain with 40 as the album's executive producer, Drake spoke fondly about Jamie XX, hoping to include and expand the British producer's influence over his next album. Drake had also revealed that the album would stylistically differ from Take Care, departing from the ambient production and despondent lyrics prevalent previously. In January 2013, Drake announced that he would release the first single off his third album at the conclusion of the 55th Annual Grammy Awards. Despite an initial delay, it was released in the wake of his win for the Grammy Award for Best Rap Album at the event, and it foresaw Drake announcing Nothing was the same as the title of his third album. The album's second single, Hold On, We're Going Home, was released in August 2013, becoming the most successful single off the album, peaking at number 1 on the Billboard Hot R&B Hip-Hop Songs chart. Drake sought inspiration from the 1980s television series Miami Vice during the composition of the song's music video, incorporating the dramatic elements seen in the show en route to winning his second MTV Video Music Award in 2014 for the video. Drake appeared on Late Night with Jimmy Fallon, performing the album's third single, Too Much, alongside featured artist Sampha. Nothing Was the Same was released on September 24, 2013, debuting at number 1 on the US Billboard 200, with 658,000 copies sold in its first week of release. The album debuted atop the charts in Canada, Denmark, Australia and the United Kingdom. The album also enjoyed generally favorable reviews by contemporary music critics, commending the musical shift in terms of the tone and subject matter, comparing it to the distinct change showcased in Kanye West's 808s and Heartbreak. The album was also reported to have sold over 1,720,000 copies in the United States, and was further promoted by the Would You Like a Tour throughout late 2013 to early 2014. It became the 22nd most successful tour of the year, grossing an estimated $46 million. Drake then returned to acting in January 2014, hosting Saturday Night Live, as well as serving as the musical guest. His versatility, acting ability and comedic timing were all praised by critics, describing it as what kept him afloat during the tough and murky SNL waters. Drake also performed in Dubai, being one of the only artists ever to perform in the city. In late 2014, Drake announced that he began recording sessions for his fourth studio album. In 2014, Drake performed in Spanish as a featured artist on the Romeo Santos song, Odio. He also appeared on a remix of Tuesday by I Love McConan, which peaked at number 1 on Billboard's rhythmic chart and number 12 on the Hot 100, and released 0 to 100 The Catch Up as a non-album single. The latter went double platinum in the United States. On February 12, 2015, Drake released If You're Reading This It's Too Late onto iTunes with no prior announcement. Despite debate on whether it was an album or a mixtape, its commercial stance quantifies it as his fourth retail project with Cash Money Records, a scheme that was rumored to allow Drake to leave the label. However, he eventually remained with Cash Money, and If You're Reading This It's Too Late sold over 1 million units in 2015, making Drake the first artist with a platinum project in 2015, as well as his fourth overall. On July 31, 2015, Drake released 4 singles, back-to-back, Charged Up, Hotline Bling, and Right Hand. On September 20, 2015, Drake released a collaborative mixtape with Future, which was recorded in Atlanta in just under a week. What a Time to Be Alive debuted at number 1 on the Billboard 200, making Drake the first hip-hop artist to have 2 projects reach number 1 in the same year since 2004. It was later certified platinum by the Recording Industry Association of America for combined sales, streaming and track sales equivalent of over 1 million units. Drake also appeared on the cover of the Fader for their 100th issue. Drake announced in January 2016 that his fourth studio album would be launched during the spring, releasing the promotional single, Summer 16, later that month. The album was originally titled Views from the Six, but was later shortened to Views. Summer 16 debuted at number 6 on the US Billboard Hot 100, and proved controversial, with Drake comparing his standing in hip-hop to more tenured artists. This move divided many contemporary music critics, describing his self-comparison as goodly brash or conventionally disrespectful. It was also interpreted as a diss track towards Tory Lanez, who was unhappy at Drake for popularizing the term, the Six, when referencing Toronto. Drake also crashed a bat mitzvah in New York City on February 20, performing at the event. Drake soon released the album's lead singles, Pop Style, and the dancehall-infused, One Dance, on April 5. Both debuted within the top 40 of the Billboard Hot 100. However, the latter proved more commercially successful, with One Dance becoming Drake's first number 1 single in Canada and the US as a leading artist. The single also became Drake's first number 1 single as a lead artist in the United Kingdom, and peaked at number 1 in Germany, France, Australia, Brazil, Sweden, Belgium, Norway and the Netherlands. During an episode for OVO Sound Radio, Drake confirmed the album's release date of April 29, and followed it up with various promotional videos. On October 15, One Dance became Spotify's most streamed song ever, amassing over 882 million plays as of October 2016. Feuds was previewed in London before its premiere on Beats One a day later. It was released as an Apple Music and iTunes exclusive on April 29 before being made available to various other platforms later that week. Feuds would become Drake's most commercially successful album, sitting atop the Billboard 200 for 10 non-consecutive weeks, as well as simultaneously leading the Billboard Hot 100 and the Billboard 200 for 8 weeks. It also achieved double platinum status in the US, and earned over 1 million album equivalent units in the first week of its release, as well as gaining over 500 million overall streams of the album. Despite its success, critical opinion towards the album remained much divided, drawing criticism for being overlong and lacking in a cohesive theme, while also claiming Drake was not challenging himself artistically, as opposed to his contemporaries. He later released a short film titled Please Forgive Me, starring frequent collaborators and Swedish twin models Elizabeth and Victoria Lejonhardta. As of 2019, Feuds remains Drake's best-selling album. Drake returned to host Saturday Night Live on May 14, serving as the show's musical guest. Later, Drake was named as a member of the Forbes 5, which ranks the wealthiest artists in hip-hop, placing fifth after Birdman, Jay-Z, Dr. Dre, and Diddy respectively. Drake and Future then announced the Summer 16 tour to showcase their collective mixtape, as well as their respective studio albums. This marked Drake's third co-headlining tour, which began in Austin, Texas on July 20. On July 23, Drake announced that he was working on a new project, scheduled to be released in early 2017, and was later named as the headline act for the 2016 iHeartRadio Music Festival. The latter dates of the Summer 16 tour were postponed, however, due to Drake suffering an ankle injury. During the 2016 OVO Festival, Kanye West confirmed that he and Drake had begun working on a collaborative album. Soon after, the music video for Child's Play was released, depicting Drake and Tyra Banks playing a couple encountering relationship issues at the Cheesecake Factory in a reference to one of the song's lyrics. On September 26, Please Forgive Me was released as an Apple Music exclusive. It ran a total of 25 minutes, and featured music from Feuds. At the 2016 BET Hip Hop Awards, Drake received the most nominations, with 10, winning the awards for Album of the Year and Best Hip Hop Video. Drake later announced the Boy Meets World Tour on October 10, with 26 dates announced for the course of the tour in Europe. 7 additional dates were added a day later due to overwhelming demand. Soon after, during an episode of OVO Sound Radio, Drake confirmed he would be releasing a project titled More Life in December. However, he later pushed the date back to the new year. The project was described as a playlist of original music, rather than being classified as a traditional mixtape or solo album. He was later revealed to be Spotify's most streamed artist for the second consecutive year in 2016, amassing a total 4.7 billion streams for all projects on the service, which is more than double the amount of streams he had in 2015. Drake later secured his second and third Grammy Awards, winning for Best Rap Sung Performance and Best Rap Song at the 59th ceremony. Despite multiple setbacks, Drake announced More Life would be released on March 18, 2017, via a series of multiple video commercials released through Instagram. Upon release, More Life received mostly positive reviews, and debuted atop the Billboard 200, earning 505,000 album equivalent units in its first week. It also set a streaming record, becoming the highest ever streamed album in 24 hours, with a total of 89.9 million streams on Apple Music alone. The album also garnered 61.3 million streams on Spotify, dethroning Ed Sheeran's as the highest opening on the service in a single day. He later won 13 awards at the 2017 Billboard Music Awards in May, which saw him breaking the record for the most wins in a single show. Billboard also reported Drake had been present on the Hot 100 chart for 8 consecutive years, and has the most recorded entries by a solo artist. He then released the single, Signs, on June 24, as well as reuniting with Metro Boomin on a single with Offset. The singles marked his first releases since More Life, with Signs was initially released as a collaboration between Drake and French fashion house Louis Vuitton, as part of the Louis Vuitton Men's Spring-Summer 2018 fashion show. The event also had a playlist exclusively from OVO Sound, curated by label co-founder Oliver El Khatib. Drake hosted the first annual NBA Awards on June 26, and starred in multiple commercials alongside his father in promotion of Virginia Black. Drake also appeared in the Carter Effect documentary, honoring the basketball career of Vince Carter, who was the first superstar player to play for the Toronto Raptors since the franchise's inception in 1995. The documentary also featured NBA players Chris Bosh, Tracy McGrady, Steve Nash, and LeBron James. After rumors circulated of Drake possibly collaborating with various artists, including rapper Trippie Redd and producer Pierre Bourne, for his new studio album, multiple snippets of songs were leaked near the closing end of 2017. 2 songs would later be released as members of a mini EP, titled Scary Hours, on January 20, 2018, marking Drake's first solo release since More Life, as well as his first appearance on any song after featuring on a remix of the Jay-Z song, Family Feud, with Lil Wayne, as the lead single of the latter's Dedication 6, Reloaded mixtape. Scary Hours featured the songs, Diplomatic Immunity, and God's Plan, which both debuted within the top 10, with the latter eventually breaking various streaming records as it debuted at number 1 on the US Billboard Hot 100. The song was Drake's first song as a solo artist to reach number 1, as well as his second chart topper as a lead artist. Drake earned his 70th top 40 entry after featuring on the Migos song, Walk It Talk It, which debuted at number 18, and peaked at number 10. He was later featured on Blockboy JB's debut single, Look Alive, which was released on February 9, 2018. The song's entry at number 6 on the Hot 100 made Drake the rapper with the most top 10 hits on the Hot 100, with 23. He then featured on a remix to Lemon, a song originally released as a collaboration between band NERD and Rihanna. On April 6, Nice for What was released, alongside a music video directed by Karina Evans, which featured several female celebrities. After Nice for What replaced his own God's Plan on the Billboard Hot 100 at number 1, making him the first artist to have a new number 1 debut replace their former number 1 debut, Drake announced the title of his 5th studio album as Scorpion, with a planned release date of June 29, 2018. He then released I'm Upset on May 26 as the album's 3rd single. Scorpion was then released as a double album, and marked Drake's longest project, with a runtime of just under 90 minutes. The album broke both the one-day global records on Spotify and Apple Music, as it gained 132.45 million and 170 million plays on each streaming service, respectively. It eventually sold 749,000 album-equivalent units in its first week of sales, and debuted at number 1 on the Billboard 200. In 2018, articles by The Guardian and Rolling Stone called him the definitive pop star of his generation, and perhaps the biggest post-Justin Timberlake male pop star of the new millennium, respectively. Shortly thereafter, Drake collaborated with British hip-hop promotion Link Up TV on July 7, releasing a freestyle as a part of the promotion's Behind Bars segment, before releasing another freestyle a week later after featuring on Charlie Sloth's long-running Fire in the Booth program on BBC Radio 1 Extra. Drake then earned his 6th number 1 hit with In My Feelings on July 21, which also spawned the viral #InMyFeelings challenge, or #Kiki challenge. The success of In My Feelings also made Drake the record holder for most number 1 hits among rappers. Soon after, he released the music video for Non-Stop, which was filmed in London during his surprise performance at the Wireless Festival. He then appeared on the Travis Scott album Astroworld, featuring uncredited vocals for his song, Sicko Mode, which peaked at number 1 on the Billboard Hot 100. Drake announced in July 2018 that he planned to take 6 months to a year to himself to return to television and films, producing the television series Euphoria and Top Boy. He then began the Aubrey and the Three Migos tour with co-headliners Migos on August 12. This preceded a collaboration with Bad Bunny titled Mia, which featured Drake performing in Spanish. He subsequently received the award for Hot Ticket Performer at the 2018 Bet Hip Hop Awards on October 16. During a performance in Edmonton on November 7, Drake announced his intention to begin composing his next project in early 2019. In February 2019, he received his 4th Grammy Award for Best Rap Song, for God's Plan, at the 61st Annual Grammy Awards. During his speech, producers abruptly cut to a commercial break, leading viewers to speculate they were censoring his speech, during which he criticized the Recording Academy. A legal representative for the Academy then released a statement stating, a natural pause led the producers to assume that he was done and cut to commercial, and added the organization offered him an opportunity to return to stage, but he declined. On February 14, Drake re-released his 3rd mixtape, So Far Gone, onto streaming services for the first time to commemorate its 10-year anniversary, and later collaborated with Summer Walker on a remix of Walker's song, Girls Need Love, marking his first release of 2019. On April 10, during a performance on the Assassination Vacation tour, he announced he was working on a new album. On June 8, Drake appeared on Chris Brown's single, No Guidance. On June 15, Drake released 2 songs, Omerta and Money in the Grave, on his EP The Best in the World pack to celebrate the NBA championship win of the Toronto Raptors. On August 2, he released the compilation album Care Package, consisting of songs released between 2010 and 2016 that were initially unavailable for purchase or commercial streaming. It debuted at number 1. Drake released the song, War, on December 24, 2019 with an accompanying music video. The song was noted for its UK drill-inspired instrumental. The following day, in an interview with Rap Radar, it was revealed that he was in the process of completing his 6th studio album. On January 10, 2020, Drake collaborated with Future on the song, Life is Good, which appeared on the album High Off Life. On January 31, the pair again collaborated on the song, Desires, although it was released for free after being leaked. On February 29, Drake released the songs, When to Say When, and Chicago Freestyle, with a combined music video. On April 3, Drake released Tootsie Slide, with a music video. The song and music video feature a dance, which was created with the help of social media influencer Tootsie. The song debuted at number 1 on the Billboard Hot 100, making Drake the first male artist to have 3 songs debut at number 1. On May 1, 2020, Drake released the commercial mixtape Dark Lane Demo Tapes, with guest appearances by Chris Brown, Future, Young Thug, Playboi Carti, Fivio Foreign, and Sosa Geek. He also announced that his 6th studio album will be released in the summer of 2020. The mixtape is a compilation of new songs and tracks that leaked on the internet. It received mixed reviews and debuted at number 2 on the US Billboard 200 with 223,000 album equivalent units, and at number 1 on the UK Albums Chart, earning 20,000 units in its first week. On July 17, 2020, Drake was featured on DJ Khaled's 2 singles, Grease, and Popstar, debuting at numbers 8 and 3 on the Billboard Hot 100, respectively, becoming Drake's record extending 24th and 25th debuts in the Hot 100's top 10. It also became his 39th and 40th Hot 100 top 10 entries, breaking Madonna's record for most Hot 100 top 10 hits. On July 20, Drake and British rapper Headie One released the drill track, Only You Freestyle, making it the 3rd drill-inspired song released by Drake in 2020, following War and Demons, both of which appear on Dark Lane Demo Tapes. On August 14, Drake released Laugh Now Cry Later, featuring Lil Durk, the lead single from his upcoming album Certified Lover Boy. On October 2, Drake was the solo guest feature on Bryson Tiller's album Anniversary 2020, appearing on the song, Outta Time. He subsequently appeared on the remix to Your Mind Still, alongside Young Blue on October 16. Just over a week later, on his 34th birthday, Drake announced Certified Lover Boy is due to be released in January 2021. Drake's artistry. Drake has cited several hip-hop artists as influencing his rapping style, including Kanye West, Jay-Z, and Lil Wayne, while also attributing various R&B artists as influential to the incorporation of the genre into his own music, including Aaliyah and Usher. Drake has also credited several dancehall artists for later influencing his Caribbean-inflected style, including Vybz Kartel, whom he has called one of his biggest inspirations. While Drake's earlier music primarily spanned hip-hop and R&B, his music has delved into pop and trap in recent years. Additionally, his music has drawn influence from regional scenes, including Jamaica's dancehall and UK drill. Drake is known for his egotistical lyrics, technical ability, and integration of personal backstory when dealing with relationships with women. His vocal abilities have been lauded for an audible contrast between typical hip-hop beats and melody, with sometimes abrasive rapping coupled with softer accents, delivered on technical lyricism. His songs often include audible changes in lyrical pronunciation in parallel with his upbringing in Toronto, and connections with Caribbean and Middle Eastern countries which include such phrases as, ting, touching road, talkin' bosi, and, guanan wasi. Most of his songs contain R&B and Canadian hip-hop elements, and he combines rapping with singing. He credits his father with the introduction of singing into his rap mixtapes, which have become a staple in his musical repertoire. His incorporation of melody into technically complex lyrics was supported by Lil Wayne, and has subsequently been a critically acclaimed component to Drake's singles and albums. The lyrical content that Drake deploys is typically considered to be emotional or boastful. However, Drake is often revered for incorporating, degrading, themes of money, drug use, and women into newer, idealized contexts, often achieving this through his augmentation of the typical meaning of phrases in which he combines an objective and subjective perspective into one vocal delivery. His songs often maintain tension between pause and pace, tone timbre, and volume and vocal fermata. Drake is credited with innovating what has been referred to as hyper-reality rap, which is characterized by its focus on themes of celebrity as being distinct from the real world. Drake's public image. A prominent figure in pop culture, Drake is widely credited for popularizing the Toronto sound to the music industry and leading the Canadian invasion of the American charts. The Washington Post editor Maura Judkis credits Drake for popularizing the phrase, YOLO, in the United States with his single, The Motto, which includes, "You only live once, that's the motto, YOLO." Drake later popularized the term, The Six, in 2015 in relation to his hometown Toronto, subsequently becoming a point of reference to the city. Furthermore, the subject matter of his artistry often revolving around relationships have had widespread impact on social media through photo captions commonly used to reference emotions or personal situations. However, his lyrical contents have had a negative reception from fans and critics deeming him as sensitive, a trait that is understood as being antithetical to hip-hop culture. June 10 was declared Drake Day in Houston, Texas. In 2016, Drake visited Drake University after a show in Des Moines in response to an extensive social media campaign by students that began in 2009, advocating for his appearance. In 2016, Drake spoke on the shooting of Alton Sterling, publishing an open letter expressing his concern for the safety of ethnic minorities against police brutality in the United States. The music video for Hotline Bling went viral due to Drake's eccentric choices in dancing. The video has been remixed, memed, and was heavily commented on due to Drake's unconventional nature on the song, causing it to gain popularity on YouTube, spawning several parodies. Drake has also been critiqued for his expensive, product placement-heavy attire, exampled by the video for Hotline Bling. Drake modeled a $1,500 Moncler puffer jacket, a $400 Acne Studios turtleneck, and limited edition Timberland 6 inches classic boots. This foresaw collaborations between OVO and Canada Goose, in which various items of clothing were produced. Drake had also released his own collection of Air Jordans, dubbed the Air Jordan OVOs. Moreover, his style and dress sense have caused GQ magazine to describe him as one of the most stylish men alive. Drake's achievements and awards. Drake is the highest certified digital singles artist ever in the United States, having moved 142 million units. He has had 7 songs being certified triple platinum in the US for combined sales plus streaming units as of June 2018 with Over, Too Good, Passion Fruit, Nice for What, Marvin's Room, Find Your Love, and Energy. He has also had 3 exceed 4 million in equivalent units, with Take Care, Headlines, and Best I Ever Had. 3 have reached quintuple platinum, with Jumpman, Started from the Bottom, and The Motto. Hold On, We're Going Home, marked his first single to accumulate over 6 million units, while Forever became his second in 2018. 2 of his singles have reached octuple platinum, with Hotline Bling and One Dance, while his highest certified single is God's Plan, which was certified platinum. Drake's 5 solo studio albums, all of which have gone multi-platinum, have received numerous awards and generally positive reviews. Scorpion, his 5th solo album, became his 5th consecutive #1 album in the US. Drake also holds several Billboard chart records. He has the most charted songs of any artists in the history of the Billboard Hot 100, the most simultaneously charted Hot 100 songs in a single week, the most time on the Hot 100, and the most Hot 100 debuts in a week. He also has the most #1 singles on the Hot Rap Songs, Hot R&B, Hip-Hop Airplay and Rhythmic charts. As of 2019, Drake has won a total of 4 Grammy Awards from 42 nominations. He has also won 2 MTV Video Music Awards, and has been ranked by Complex on their Best Rapper Alive every year since 1979 list, awarding Drake the accolade in 2011, 2012, and 2015. Billboard editor Ernest Baker stated, "Drake managed to rule hip-hop in 2014, adding, the best rapper in 2014 didn't need a new album or hit single to prove his dominance." Drake was listed 4th on the Billboard year-end chart for top artists of 2015, 3rd on the same chart in 2016 and was named the IFPI Global Recording Artist of 2016. In 2017, he surpassed Adele's record for most wins at the Billboard Music Awards in one night, winning 13 awards from 22 nominations. Pitchfork ranked Nothing Was the Same as the 41st best album of the decade, so far, between 2010 and 2014, and ranked him 5th in the publication's list of the top 10 music artists since 2010. Drake's controversies, legal issues and feuds. On May 31, 2009, Drake was robbed at gunpoint in Toronto's Little Italy district and was forced to forfeit a gold and diamond necklace, an Audemars Piguet watch, and $2,000. Two men, Socrates Cotterell and Paul Leloutiu, were initially charged with armed robbery, conspiracy to commit armed robbery, 3 counts of pointing a firearm and possession of stolen property. These charges were later dropped. The men pleaded guilty only to conspiracy to commit robbery, and spent 6 months in jail. In 2012, singer Erykah Lee filed a lawsuit against Drake for the usage of her voice on Marvin's Room. Claiming to have provided the female vocals, Lee also alleged she was owed songwriting credits and royalties. Despite Drake's legal team countering by claiming that Lee simply requested a credit in the liner notes of the album, the matter was resolved in February 2013, with both parties agreeing to an out-of-court settlement. In 2014, Drake was sued for $300,000 for sampling "Jimmy Smith Rap," a 1982 single by jazz musician Jimmy Smith. The suit was filed by Smith's estate, who said Drake never asked for permission when sampling it for the intro on "Pound Cake." Paris Morton Music 2, claiming Smith himself would have disagreed as he disliked hip-hop. Drake would win the lawsuit in 2017, with federal judge William Pauley ruling the content used was transformative, and there was no liability for copyright infringement. Also in 2014, it emerged that Drake was sued by rapper Rappin' Forte, claiming Drake misused his lyrics when collaborating with YG on the song, "Who Do You Love?" He sought $100,000 for mistreatment and artistic theft, which Drake paid to the rapper later that year. In 2016, Drake caused a nightclub in Oklahoma City to close down, due to his usage of marijuana and other illegal drugs being prevalent at the club. In 2017, Drake was embroiled in another lawsuit, being sued by producer Detail Noel Fisher over an alleged assault in 2014. Fisher claimed Drake's bodyguard, Nestle Chubbs Beezer, punched him in the face and allegedly broke his jaw over musical and financial disputes. Fisher also said the injuries caused him to be hospitalized for days and had to undergo several surgeries, following which he sued for damages related to medical bills and physical and emotional suffering. The case, which was set to undergo trial in May 2018, was dismissed by Superior Court Judge Elaine Liu after Fisher failed to show up for a final status conference. Liu ruled that Beezer solely acted in self-defense. Drake and Chris Brown were allegedly involved in a physical altercation in June 2012 when Drake and his entourage threw glass bottles at Brown in a Soho nightclub in Manhattan, New York City. Chris Brown tweeted about the incident and released a song criticizing Drake weeks later. Despite no response from Drake, he and Brown both appeared in a comedic skit for the 2014 ESPY Awards, and rehearsed the skit together prior to the televised airing, virtually ending the dispute. In December 2014, Drake was involved in another altercation, being punched by Diddy outside the Live nightclub in Miami, Florida. The altercation was reported to be over Drake's usage of the instrumental for 0 to 100 The Catch Up, allegedly produced by Boy One Da for Diddy, before Drake appropriated the track for his own use. Drake was later rushed to the ER after aggravating an old arm injury during the dispute. Drake was also involved in a feud with Tyga, stemming from Tyga's negative comments about him during an interview with Vibe magazine. Drake would later respond on 6 God and 6 p.m. in New York, which has been interpreted as directly involved in Tyga's abrupt removal from Young Money Entertainment. Further controversy arose in July 2015 when it was alleged by Meek Mill that Drake had used ghostwriters during recording sessions for Rico, one of the lead singles off Mill's second studio album. This preceded further allegations that Drake did not help in promotion of the album, due to Mill discovering the ghostwriter, widely believed to be Quentin Miller. Despite Miller collaborating with Drake and receiving past credits, Mill assured that Miller had written Drake's verse for RICO. Soon after, Funkmaster Flex aired reference tracks in support of Mill's claims, notably for RICO, 10 Bands, and Know Yourself. This prompted Drake to respond with 2 diss tracks, titled Charged Up and Back to Back, in the space of 4 days. Mill would later respond with Wanna Know, before removing it from SoundCloud weeks later. Despite subliminal disses from either artist, the feud has not been officially reignited. Drake would further seek to denounce Funkmaster Flex during his Madison Square Garden shows on the Summer 16 tour. Following Meek Mill's sentencing of 2 to 4 years for probation violation, Drake stated, "Free Meek Mill," at a concert in Australia, and ended their rivalry on Family Feud. Pusha T would also use the same rationale to criticize Drake on Infrared in 2018, prompting Drake to respond with the Duppy Freestyle diss track on May 25. Pusha T would directly respond to the track through The Story of Adidon on May 29, which presented several claims, including an accusation of Drake fathering a secret child. The pair are considered to have been in a rivalry since 2012, with Drake yet to respond to The Story of Adidon. In 2016, Drake was embroiled in a feud with Joe Budden, stemming from Budden's derogatory comments when reviewing Views. Drake would allegedly respond to Budden through 4 p.m. in Calabasas, prompting Budden to respond with 2 diss tracks in the space of 5 days, echoing the same sentiment Drake deployed during his feud with Meek Mill. Drake would later appear on No Shopping, alongside French Montana, directly referencing Budden throughout the song. However, French Montana claimed that Drake's verse was recorded before the release of Budden's diss tracks. Despite Budden releasing 2 further songs in reference to Drake, he has yet to officially respond to Budden. In the same year, Drake mocked Kid Cudi for his mental health, drug use and suicidal urges on 2 Birds, 1 Stone, after Cudi launched an expletive-filled rant on the artist on Twitter. Cudi later checked into a rehabilitation facility following the release of the song, and continued to disparage Drake in further tweets. In mid-2018, Drake was embroiled in a feud with longtime collaborator Kanye West. In an appearance on the talk show The Shop in October, Drake recounted several business meetings with West, who voiced his desire to be Quincy Jones, and work with him, to replicate the producer-artist relationship between Jones and Michael Jackson. West requested Drake play and inform him of upcoming releases, which was agreed to as Drake felt a genuine vibe from West, and after West gifted him the beat to Lift Yourself, which inspired Drake to begin writing to the instrumental. West then requested Drake to travel to Wyoming to continue working, and arrived a day after close friend 40. 40 said West was working on an album, contradictory to his previous aim of just wanting to give Drake beats. Drake responded by saying West stated he would release in late 2018, and they should continue on. However, upon his arrival in Wyoming, Drake spent the majority of time working on West's music, only exploring his own after playing the producer the song, March 14, which addresses Drake's relationship with his newborn son and co-parent. This prompted a conversation with West regarding his personal issues, after which, news of his son would be exposed by Pusha T. West would also release Lift Yourself, and produce Infrared, actions that greatly displeased Drake. This prompted him to denounce West in several songs and live performances. West would retaliate in a series of tweets in late 2018. Drake has also been involved in feuds with DMX, Kendrick Lamar, Common, The Weeknd, XXXTentacion, Jay-Z, Tory Lanez, and Ludacris, although the latter 5 have been reported to be resolved. Drake's business ventures and endorsements. Prior to venturing into business, Drake garnered several endorsement deals with various companies, notably gaining one with Sprite following his mention of drinking Purple Drank, a concoction that contains Sprite as a key ingredient. In the aftermath of his highly publicized feud with Meek Mill, Drake was also endorsed by fast food restaurants Burger King and Whataburger. Business magazine Forbes commented his endorsement deals and business partnerships combined heavily for Drake's reported pre-tax earnings at $94 million between June 2016 to June 2017, being one of the highest paid celebrities during that period. During the composition of Nothing Was the Same, Drake started his own record label in late 2012 with producer Noah, 40, Shabib and business partner Oliver El Khatib. Drake sought for an avenue to release his own music, as well helping in the nurturing of other artists, while Shabib and El Khatib yearned to start a label with a distinct sound, prompting the trio to team up to form OVO Sound. The name is an abbreviation derived from the October's very own moniker Drake used to publish his earlier projects. The label is currently distributed by Warner Brothers Records. Drake, 40, and Party Next Door were the label's inaugural artists. The label houses artists including Drake, Party Next Door, Majid Jordan, Obo Brian, Roy Woods, Division, Plaza, and Cash Doll, as well as producers including 40, Boy One Daw, T-, Mike Zombie, 1985, and Future the Prince. OVO Sound has released 6 albums, with 2 certified platinum or higher by the Recording Industry Association of America. On September 30, 2013, at a press conference with Maple Leaf Sports and Entertainment CEO Tim Lewicki, Drake was announced as the new, global ambassador, of the Toronto Raptors, thereby joining the executive committee of the NBA franchise, in conjunction with the announcement of the 2016 NBA All-Star Game being awarded to the Air Canada Centre in Toronto. This was also the setting where Drake was given the key to the city. In the role, it was announced that Drake would help to promote and serve as a host of festivities, beginning with the All-Star Game. He would also provide consulting services to rebrand the team, helping to redesign its image and clothing line in commemoration of the franchise's 20th anniversary. He began by hosting an annual, Drake Night, segment with the organization, which began in 2013. Following the launch of Apple Music, a music and video streaming service developed by Apple Inc., the company announced Drake as the figurehead for the platform at their Worldwide Developers Conference in 2015, with the artist also penning an exclusivity deal with the service worth a reported $19 million. This saw all future solo releases by Drake becoming available first on Apple Music, before seeing roll out to other streaming services and music retailers. Drake had also developed the OVO Sound radio station on Beats One, which is utilized as the primary avenue for debuting singles and projects, with the station overseeing over 300 million unique users when it debuted More Life. Drake's partnership with Apple Music has largely been credited for the platform's sharp success, as it attained 10 million subscribers after 6 months, as well as giving birth to exclusivity from artists, with many independent and signed artists, such as Frank Ocean and The Weeknd, also brokering exclusivity deals with streaming services. Through signing with the company, Drake was one of the artists, alongside Pharrell and Katy Perry, to exclusively own an Apple Watch before the smartwatch saw public release. 2 months prior to the release of Views, Drake announced the development of Virginia Black, a bourbon-based whiskey. This would be his second foray into selling foodstuffs, previously partnering with celebrity chef Susur Lee to open Fring's restaurant in Toronto. The beverage was created and also distributed alongside Proximo Spirits, as well as with Brent Hawking, a spirits producer who founded Delian Tequila in 2008. The brand was also promoted and marketed through Drake's music and various tours, such as being part of the Virginia Black VIP Lounge, additional package available for purchase during the Summer 16 tour. In 2017, Drake and Adel, Future, Noor co-founded the production company Dream Crew, which functions both as a management company and entertainment group. The company has produced the television series Euphoria and Top Boy. Their debut film as producers was with LeBron James and a production company, Uninterrupted, on the sports documentary The Carter Effect, detailing the impact of Vince Carter in Canada. In 2018, Drake purchased an ownership stake in the gaming organization 100 Thieves, joining as a co-founder and co-owner. The investment was partly funded by music executive Scooter Braun and Quicken Loans chairman Dan Gilbert. Since the investment, the stake is estimated to be worth $125 million. Drake's personal life and relationships. Drake lives in Toronto, Ontario, in a 35,000 square foot, $100 million estate nicknamed The Embassy, which was built from the ground up in 2017 and can be seen in the video to his song, Toosie Slide. He also has a home in Hidden Hills, California, which he has owned since 2012. Additionally, he owns a Toronto condo adjacent to the CN Tower and a Boeing 767 airplane. Drake's paternal uncles are bass guitarist Larry Graham and musician Teenie Hodges. Graham achieved both critical and commercial success as a member of the band Sly and the Family Stone, while Hodges featured as the lead guitarist and songwriter for Al Green, and contributed heavily on most of his work in the 1970s, including the hits, Take Me to the River, Love and Happiness, and Here I Am, Come and Take Me. Drake dated singer Rihanna on and off from 2009 to 2016. He has mentioned the relationship in every one of his studio albums, and when presenting Rihanna with the Michael Jackson Video Vanguard Award in 2016, he said, "She's a woman I've been in love with since I was 22 years old." On his former relationship with her, he mused on the talk show The Shop, "As life takes shape and teaches you your own lessons, I end up in this situation where I don't have the fairy tale, like, oh, Drake started a family with Rihanna and this is like so perfect. It looks so good on paper. By the way, I wanted that too at one time." Drake is a father to one son named Adonis, who was born on October 11, 2017 to French painter and former model Sophie Brousseau. Brousseau's pregnancy was the subject of several rumors after featuring in a TMZ article in early 2017. After the pair's relationship was discussed in Pusha T's The Story of Adidon, Drake confirmed his fatherhood on the album Scorpion in 2018. Thank you for watching. If you like our content, please subscribe to our channel so that you don't miss any future videos.